baby. Baby.
Had a bad childhood. I could never do anything right with my family. Everything never was enough, you know. So that's what a lot of that fueled me to become a comedian, because, you know, and sadly, you know, the audiences, I used to say, you know, I'm really glad to be in front of strangers because I just came from a family reunion kind of thing. That's the way I felt. It was easier for me to share my feelings. And it wasn't a mean family, it's just that they were so preoccupied with all their stuff that I sort of felt invisible. So that's why that propelled me on stage.
How come it didn't touch your brother?
You don't mind that I'm having the lawn mowed while we do this, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Pardon me?
How does a relationship with you usually end?
End?
Yes.
Oh, I would usually heckling in a mall, you know, calling my mother's answering machine and telling her, like, you know, I'm a transsexual. And I'm not knocking transsexual, it's just that, you know, she doesn't even know I'm a comedian. I've been doing it almost 25 years. She thinks, I keep telling her I'm a dentist in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Keeps her happy. She has no idea what I'm doing. She doesn't understand what I do. She doesn't know what I'm doing, but I mean, she's now, the first 15 years, because I've dealt mainly with my feelings on stage, she was a little embarrassed, you know. Mm-hmm. And then after she realized that, I said, Mom, you know, I'm working for the president, and hey, you know, I'm at a party with so-and-so. I mean, I just do it, I don't give a crap about that. It's just that she does. Where I have friends of mine, celebrities, show up at brunches in New York to surprise her. Now she's sort of exploiting me. And I say that, oh, she doesn't get this, right? Oh, go to town on her. No, I love her. But she would say stuff like, she would buy a coffee cake now and go to and eat half of it. And you know, she's okay. She's, thank goodness, you know, and she has a roof over her head and all that. But she'll go to the store and go, I didn't like it. You know, my son wears black, hunched over, a little bit common. And they, oh, yeah, funny. I didn't like this. She gets another coffee. So she's basically using him, you know, just to bring back stuff, you know. So she hasn't paid for anything in about 3 years. Eats something halfway, returns it. But I love her. She has no idea she doesn't understand. She's not my target market.
How do you feel about all the comedians you've influenced? Do you see people, I mean, there are a lot of people, you know, doing you, and does it bother you? Is it flattering?
Initially you get, you know, scared about it. I was mainly scared about some people who were really ripping me off in terms of style and stuff, that they would, like, get ahead of me in the business before me, and that would have really killed. I don't know. I'm glad it didn't happen.
What do you think of, like, that you had, like, the slow, steady climb during those years? Were you frustrated as you'd see each guy poking through, or?
The reasons I stayed in was because the comics who I became friends of, you know, when you get a guy like Steve Allen and David Brennan he's still one of my best friends, people who were doing it and kicking butt and making a living, and when they would come over to me and say, you know, hang in there. You know, I had a tape once about 10 years ago. I was doing this club, Caroline's, New York. And I was struggling, but I was certainly well respected with my peers. And I always tape everything I do, and I had the tape recorder behind this table, and it was Brenner and Danny Aiello and Steve Landisberg and a couple other people. And after I came back for an encore, and I went back to the dressing room, they were talking about me, and I still covered that tape because.
Oh, they didn't know that.
They didn't know. And when they saw it there, then Brennan and all these guys started mocking me, but it was really a wonderful thing because they were as sweet and as giving as you can be. I had that tape because I brought it on the road with me for years, because whenever it got down, I had to know that I was really doing the right thing on stage, but I just needed a break.
Did you miss live performing with all the acting? Do you ever go up at Second City anywhere, or?
No, I kind of chicken out. Every time I go see Second City in Toronto, Chicago, they always say, come on, get up, do the improv. I forget. I forget how to do that.
Do you think that's like a healthy evolution, that all the people that started in that, they all move on and then they stop doing it, or do
Yeah.
you think it would be healthier to just force yourself to keep people fresh?
Hang around every night.
Yeah.
You want me to join the improvs? Don't you want me on stage anymore? Yeah, I think it's healthy to move on.
Yeah, to just.
I also think it's I think stuff like Second City and although I'd say Kids in the Hall are breaking this law, my little law here, but I think that kind of ensemble work is really great to do in your early 20s when you're kind of developing your own ideas, but you need a good, group of talented people around you to kind of support each other and to run your material by each other and, really grow together. And it's great when you're, when you're like real cocky in your early 20s and you got a lot of great ideas, but you still like to have a gang around you, and not be on your own. And then it's kind of nice, I guess, it just kind of happens that you get a little more, you get more sure of yourself and maybe more narrow-minded about your own material as you get a little older, and then you kind of have to separate from always being in that democracy,
I always have these like Hollywood moments where like you meet someone famous and you're at dinner with them and you go, I can't believe I'm sitting here with so and so. And you must have a lot of those. But what's like the big moments that just kind of blew your mind, like social settings?
I think when I got a part in Heartburn, which was starring Jack Nicholson, Meryl Streep, Milos Forman played my boyfriend, Richard Mazer, and Stockard Channing. Okay, and we were a set of friends, three couples of friends, and or is that four couples? No, it's four couples. Hello, three couples, and it was in Heartburn. And the first day of rehearsal, I think, on the set, all the actors are there, Jack, people I named, and me, and it just felt like them and me, and the whole time we were, and they'd all worked together on other projects too. And Mike Nichols was the director, and they were all talking about their other movies they'd done and remembering all their memories they shared and stuff. And I was just kind of sitting there looking at them. Just I swear the whole time, maybe I lost it like near the end of rehearsal, but for the whole rehearsal, all I thought was, please don't vomit. Please don't get too hot. Please don't faint. Please, like just praying the whole time, don't freak out. You're here, it's okay. It's okay. But then once you do the role, when you're actually one of the actors telling the story, you're all in the same position, You're just there telling the story, so.
Where's my comedy come from? I don't know. I usually think about what shouldn't I talk about, and then that's usually what I end up talking about. That's my favorite topics, But I've digressed. I really don't feel like saying anything funny anymore. I just rather break things. I mean, to be honest, if I put my foot through that window, that'll be on the special more than any witticism I say. But I'm not going to do it because now you want me to because I said it. So I think the reason a lot of the comedy clubs are closing is because people wised up because they caught on that they weren't that good. I mean, does every single mini mall need a comedy club? I really have nothing left to say. I really don't like stand-up that much. My only goal right now is to get on Regis and Kathy Lee, and I want to, you know, Epicat, the stuff that induces vomiting. I want to have a big, big meal, and then as soon as she starts talking about her kid Cody, I just want to drink the Epicat and puke all down her front. But I also want to puke on Regis. I don't want to be sexist about it. I want to make sure Regis gets some vomit on him, too. I've had the pleasure of meeting my heroes in comedy, which is really disillusioning, you know? Because, oh man, I remember when I met Steve Martin, I wanted to cry. Actually, I think he did make me cry. He thought I was Howie Mandel. Oh, that was the most depressing day of my life as far as comedy is concerned. Although Steve does have a toupee. A lot of people don't know that. He's really bald. My wife's a Teamster, and she worked on all of me, and that was her job, was picking up Steve's toupee. So you can sell that to Inside Edition or something like that. Hard copy could use that probably. Everyone has a persona, and my persona is pretty exaggerated. But you know, someone as normal as Jerry Seinfeld has a persona. You know, he's not that way at all. I mean, he's some weird guy having sex with teenage girls, a millionaire guy. He doesn't live in that apartment. See, that's the weirder part of it for me. That's the guy you have to watch out for. There's very few things that I'm proud of in my work. When I set fire to Jay Leno's chair the other week, you know, I was proud of that. You know, a lot of people didn't think it was funny. I mean, comedians and friends of mine who didn't, but that made me more proud than when I smashed Arsenio's set up because there's just this moment of pure hate coming from Leno that cracked me up. I mean, when Jay Leno was swearing at you, you can't get it. That's the best. You know, Jay's going, "What the f is wrong with you? You just," and, you know, and I'm going, "I'm sorry," but in my heart, I'm going, "Wow, TV's Jay Leno saying this is really cool." So, I mean, something like that makes me happy. You know, I mean, that to me is the biggest non-event, you know? I mean, the fire was put out with a cup of water, so the fire marshal's pressing charges, and I face up a year in jail. I'm really glad Hendrix never played Burbank, you know? Well, someone said that, they go, oh, you know, I do this stuff for publicity. As opposed to the comedians who do it to be anonymous. You know, yeah, I do everything for publicity. Why would you? I mean, that's why I'm here. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd rather be sitting in my pool right now or goofing around with my kids. I mean, everything you do is a product of self-promotion. So, yeah. And you know, I really do want to put my foot through that window. You got it? So that's a lot more interesting than anything I have to say.
It's actually taxation. The parking ticket is really just a way to tax people. And you can't do anything about it. And it's an outrageous tax, too, 60 bucks. Like this, oh, I didn't have this little yellow sticker on, so what's going to happen if I don't have that sticker on there? What is going to happen? Can I kill it? Is it like having no brakes? Is it like having no insurance? Is it like having bald tires so in the rain you hit something? No. Something horrible happens to me, like my parking ticket episode. And this becomes a little piece of sand, you know, that you work over and just, you excrete on it. The whole way you start excreting and turning into a little comedy pearl. Hopefully you start embellishing, you know, amplifying all of it so that it's even more horrible than any could possibly believe. When I was having fun with comedy, it was just amplified complaint. Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, I'm at the beach. Couple hours hanging around, having some fun. Come back and I have a ticket on the car. And I'm thinking, what could this possibly be for? Why would I have a ticket on my car? I get the ticket and it's a $60 ticket for not having my little registration sticker displayed. And now I'm enraged because I'm at a municipal parking lot. I'm paying the city of Santa Monica $7 to park there thinking Hey, this is great. I'll pay the $7 to the city of Santa Monica. They will protect my car from thievery. I will be protected this way. The police will come by periodically and check and make sure criminals are not pilfering my car. But they don't do that. They use it as an opportunity while you're out on the beach sunning yourself and relaxing and thinking, great, this is great, I'm in Santa Monica, beautiful little town. They use it as an opportunity to check every part of your car for tickets. There's a little sticker on there. Let's put a mirror on a track and check the undercarriage for chips of paint or any kind, or a hole in the muffler. Comb my car over, try and give me $700, $800 worth of tickets, you know, because the city of Santa Monica needs that money to survive because they don't do anything useful. So I've gotten this insane ticket from these little police running around giving me this stupid ticket for my sticker. Now, I have my sticker with me. I realize that it's basically my fault because I've procrastinated, but, you know, I have my sticker in a bag. I got my sticker. I will put the sticker on, go find some police, and say, there must have been some mistake because I was just at the video. How would they give me a ticket? So I put the sticker on cleverly, and I find some police. And I said, yeah, come on, it's Memorial Day weekend. He goes, I hate to come out and find a ticket for something like that. And he goes, well, that's a legitimate ticket. And I said, well, I know it's a legitimate ticket, but isn't it a little nitpicky? I mean, I park in the lot thinking that I'm going to be protected, and I come out and I find a ticket on the car. It's a little cheesy. He goes, you're saying I'm cheesy? You're saying I'm cheesy? I said, well, I'm not saying you're cheesy. It's just, then the other woman gets in on me. You're a liar. I go, hey, yeah, right, I'm a liar. I'm a citizen. And they start to ride off, and I say, well, don't have to talk to me. I'm just a citizen. I just pay the bills around. I pay the salaries around here. Immediately, you don't pay our salary. I said, oh, I don't pay your salary? What is this? Is a private army here? This is your own little private army? I thought this was a public kind of a deal that I was sort of part of, like maybe we kicked in to your salaries, and maybe I bought the gas for the little dune buggy that drove you up to my car to give me the $60 ticket. So now they're pissed. They just run in there. I go in behind them. I go, what does this ticket mean? What do I have to do? What's this official inspection thing? So they disappear into the back, won't talk to me. I go, what is this, cold shoulder? It's ridiculous. I come over and park at the public beach. I pay to park in a municipal lot, and I get a ticket on Memorial Day. Now the police woman 10 feet behind him on the phone goes, sir, I'm on the phone. And I go, I don't care if you're on the phone. And the guy says, well, you did use profanity. I said, oh, please, profanity. Can we be adults? She goes, you're not the adult. I go, oh, you're not the adult. You know, I hang around with you stupid fascists in high school. I'm not the adult. You know, every night on NYPD, they're swearing much more. All I do is just casually in conversation, you know, I come over here on Memorial Day. You know, these poor little police, they're about to wilt now. It's like pouring water on the Wicked Witch of the East. You know, one little and they fall apart. The woman on the phone could hear that, you know. The woman on the phone. I've killed the woman on the phone now. She hears a little, maybe it sounded like might have been a in the background, you know, somewhere. She's wilting now. She calls up her friends. I think the police are in trouble. Some guy in there whose registration wasn't done is saying to them. I think they're all going to die. I think we ought to call in the National Guard. So it's just gigantic complaint. And I don't know why I obsess on it. It's probably not even healthy for you to obsess on that, you know. So I've got tickets, and then the tickets, they fester because I don't want to pay the ticket. I don't want to pay the ticket, so I don't pay the ticket. And then I forget that I have the ticket. And then 2 months later, I get a ticket for not paying the ticket. Now I've got like double the ticket, and then that, I also somewhere in the...
Hi there, this is Harland. I'm not here right now. And if you think you know where I am, well, you just leave a message and let me know, and I'll get back to myself. You Rubik's Cube freaks.
Like most people in Los Angeles, I have a therapist. She's very, very good, and I'm going to see her right now. And a lot of you probably know her. Her name's Mother Nature. I'm in the funny business because I feel like that's where I was meant to be. I mean, look at me. I ain't no supermodel, folks. Oh, this is what it's all about. This is, look at this street with the little, here I am. I think I have two sides to me, and I'm working on the other sides, and I'm going to change my name to Sybil, but for now I think I have two sides. I have the side where I always like to see things in a humorous way, and I'm always looking for what's funny about that. Don't you talk back to me, mister.
Back to me, mister.
Hey, watch your mouth. I'll turn you into a pillow so fast.
I'll turn you into a pillow so fast.
I'm telling you not to talk back to me or you're going to the...
Not to talk back to me or you're going to the...
Listen here, wisecracker. Smarten up.
Wisecracker, smarten up.
And then I have the other side that's totally serious, where I see things in a totally serious and maybe political or social way. This piece is called The Unforgiven. The Maori Death Mask. Zebra at Midnight. Torso on Grass. The Drive-By Shooting. This is about clearing all that trash out of your mind and just opening up and letting things happen to you, like turning into a bird or something. I think people like it now when they can escape and slip into a bent reality, you know, and just get away from the focus and the mainstream and just slip into, you know, go on a voyage to the bottom of the sea and dig up the bones of, you know, Buster Keaton. And I don't even know what that means, but I just slipped into the bent reality.
Say 7 calls, so I can take yours today.
Hello?
Yeah, I can take your order.
Yes, I'm a writer. Please, please. Hello?
Your total is 333 at the first one, please.
Where are you going where? I told you, you gotta speak the language. What the hell did I just order? Wow.
How you doing? 333.
Wait. Wait.
Big Mac and a small chocolate shake, right?
Well, that's right.